I am Phoenix Blade, your divine alchemist, and we're back with another video on the planets and how they rule over certain foods, they rule over certain herbs, they rule over certain trees, etc. Okay, so in the past video we already did the sun, we did the moon, we did Mercury. So on this video we're going to start with Venus, and if you missed out on the information, please don't feel shy, afraid, or anything to just go to that next video before you watch this one. But if not, if you feel encouraged to watch this one first, whatever floats your boat. I'm just like, if you see me like looking directly into space, I'm just kind of seeing some things here. Some energies here that's popping up with us. I guess they want to chime in with this video, and I'm always for that. I welcome it, I embrace that. So, like I said, the next planet we're going to talk about is Venus, and the food, flowers, and plants and herbs that Venus rules over. Venus rules over a lot of berries, all type of berries, gooseberries, blackberries, any type of berries you can name. Venus rules over that. They also rule over wheat, which is very interesting to me. It rules over wheat, and then we're talking about food aspects. When we're talking about flowers, the flowers that Venus rule over is daffodil. And of course I'm reading from my notebook. As y'all see, these are my notes. Don't think I'm just taking, these are my notes. But they rule over daffodils, violets, lilies, rose petals. And as I said in the previous video, once you see the energy of said plant or herb with the planet, you will see that the energy aligns. Let's think about Venus for a moment. Venus rules over love, passion. It rules over all of that. And think about the flowers I just named, the rose petals, the lilies, the daffodils. Those are very lovely flowers. Most people actually take those flowers and give them as a gift of love. So it just correlates right into the energy of the planet. Okay, and the trees that Venus rule over, apple trees, pear trees, peach, fig, almond, any trees with vines as well, which is very interesting. Any trees with vines. And like I said in my last video, if you have a favorite tree, if you have a favorite plant, if you have a favorite flower, please comment and let me know your favorite, because I have many favorite plants, I have many favorite trees, etc. Because that's just the type of person I am. As you see, I always have my flower crown on. I'm always in tune with nature. Nature is my very, very, very best friend. Nature over humans all day, 24/7. Okay, so the next planet we're going to talk about is Mars. And before we even talk about the food, flowers, and trees, think about the energy of Mars. Very hot, very spicy, very, you get that energy from Mars. So when you're talking about foods, what type of foods would you think Mars rule over? Spices, right? Any type of spices, any type of hot foods. And it don't have to be just spicy food. We can talk about ginger. It could be pepper. It could be onions. It could be garlic. Any of those very strong tasting herbs and foods. Mars rule over all of that. Like I said, of course, the peppers. And for the flowers, they could be quite unusual flowers, but they are really bright flowers. Flowers that stand out. And I'm not talking about just sunflowers, because although the sun rules over sunflowers, Mars can rule over those as well. But we're talking about very bright flowers that stand out, very unusual flowers. And it's a variety of those, just like it's a variety of moon flowers and Mercury. So, and Mercury flowers. So again, I encourage you to rule those so that you can see how many. And once again, if you have your own favorite flowers, please put it in a comment. Let us know. Let us into your flowery world and let us know what type of flowers you like. So for the trees that Mars rule over, it's interesting because they rule over more bushes than anything, but also thorny trees. trees or thorny bushes or anything in that aspect, which makes sense because think about Mars once again. Think about thorns. Speaking of thorns, I like to keep like little flowers, even whether they're dead or not. I like to keep them. I don't like throwing flowers away because it makes me sad. So even though my little rose is just like at its end, it still has some little thorns on it. And I just create art out of it. That's why I don't throw it away. So don't be over here talking about, oh, that's bad energy and you should just go do that somewhere else. Please and thank you. But yes, you see how certain flowers, like, you know, these roses, any flowers, any trees with thorns like that, Mars rule over those because they're very like, and I would say like poison ivy too, things like that. They just like, don't fuck with me, don't bother me. Just that's that Mars energy for you. So the next time we're going to talk about, I keep saying sign. The next planet we're going to talk about is Jupiter. Jupiter rules over, when we're talking about food, it rules over a lot of vegetables actually, but it also rules over sage, asparagus, mint, and also different fruits like strawberries and I don't want to say any type of berry because that would be wrong, but strawberries definitely. There is its own variety of berries, not all berries though. And for flowers that they rule over, daisies. They rule over daisies, and similar flowers to daisies, but daisies is the main one that they really rule over. They are the really popular flowers, which is why I named them specifically, because there's plenty of flowers, probably flowers you ain't never heard of before, but there's plenty. So I just wanted to make sure I'm writing down familiar things so it don't seem too far-fetched or too off, even though new information is good information. So the trees that Jupiter rule over is mulberry trees, oak trees, ash trees, birch trees. I absolutely love trees. As I keep saying, trees are my best friend. So once again, if you have a favorite tree, and if I name any of your favorite trees, and you're like, wow, I didn't know that planet rule over my favorite tree. Now you know, and just put it in the comments below, like, what's your favorite tree, and which planet did you find out rule over your favorite tree, or plant, or herb. So, we got the last sign, which is Saturn, okay? Saturn itself is a very cold planet. So let's try to get into that energy and kind of match up the vibes. And it's not just cold, but we talking energy wise, it can be a little cold. But Saturn has the rings too, so there's a protective card around those. And so yeah, the food that Saturn rules over is also vegetables, which is very similar to Jupiter, because Jupiter also rules over vegetables, but Saturn rules over spinach, parsnips, potatoes. These are high in calcium too, because if you go back to the other videos where we're talking about Capricorn, ruling over certain parts of the body, Capricorn rules over a certain mineral. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. The mineral that Capricorn is ruled by is actually calcium phosphate. And let me double check that on my board. So yeah, calcium phosphate, like I said. And those foods that I just named that's ruled by Saturn, high in calcium. So, flowers that Saturn rules over, it's very few. I can't say that. It's very, very, very few flowers that Saturn rules over. But mainly, they rule over bushes too. But there's really not a flower. So I will suggest, or I'll say flowers that grow close to bushes. Because there's barely any flowers that Saturn will over. Saturn is a harsh planet, okay? We're just going to say that, and it kind of makes sense why there's very few and really none flowers that they rule over. But we'll be talking about trees, pine trees, yellow elm trees, and of course you heard of pine trees, and this, that, and the third, and also willow trees. Now, I had to say that because I'm a Capricorn, ruled by Saturn. And willow trees are my favorite. I love willow trees. I actually have a favorite tree that's a willow tree. I consider that tree one of my best friends. It is like my best friend. I'll dress down to the nines. I would put on my best outfit. I would go out here looking like a whole snack for that tree. Judge your mama, I don't care. Look, me and that tree is like this, okay? I love trees. The wisteria tree is also my favorite tree. But I believe the wisteria tree is ruled by Venus. It is not ruled by Capricorn, which is interesting. But the wisteria tree kind of looks like a willow tree, just different in color, which is also very interesting. So I wanted to share that with you because on my previous video, I told you I would tell you my favorite tree when my planet comes up, which is Saturn. And yeah, that is my favorite tree. My favorite plants, actually lavender. I love, or herbs should I say, my favorite herbs and my favorite flowers, lavender. I actually absolutely love lavender. I actually make lavender oil and it smells amazing. I don't know about you, I just love the way lavender smells. It's just such a beautiful feminine energy to me, and it just gives me in the right mood. The benefits of lavender are just so soothing, and even in a dream world, when you want to go lucid dreaming, astral traveling, you do some mugwort, but also put a little lavender up there. Now for Uranus and Neptune, it's very much the same for the Moon and Venus. They share the same exact qualities, so we're not even going to talk about those because they share the same exact qualities. I can say though, mugwort is ruled by Neptune's energy. Okay, I will say that. But as far as anything else goes, they literally the same as for the Moon and for Venus. So if you're curious about Uranus and Neptune, just go back to the Moon and look at Venus. Because literally they share the same food, they share the same plants, they share the same herbs, trees. It's literally the same energy. Okay. So that is the end of our lesson today for planets that rule over plants. Okay, and I thank you so much for being here. I thank you for wanting to expand your knowledge about this, not even just the simplest things, but something as beautiful as planets and herbs and planets and flowers, because we don't talk about that. We, you know, if we're spiritual beings, we gotta make sure that we stand in tune with actual nature. We can't just be on social media 24/7 when, you know, there's spirits in all things, especially nature. So we gotta make sure that we tuned in with nature. And also, once you realize what, let me tell y'all the magic in this. Once you realize what herbs, foods, and plants that's ruled by certain planets, when you see those conjunctions in the sky, whether it's a full moon, whether it's whatever, you could go ahead and do some moon magic. You could go ahead and put some of those herbs in certain rituals, this, that, and the third. We're going to talk about that later. Y'all might get some milk for that. I'm just playing. But thank you so much for tuning into my video. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And yes, once again, let me know your favorite planets. Let me know your favorite flowers. Let me know your favorite trees, your favorite herbs and spices. And if you learned something new today, share it. Let me know what you learned. I want to know what you learned. I love learning, so I'm excited when other people learn. So once again, thank you so much. I am Phoenix Blade, the Divine Alchemist, and